Welcome to the video, another video about food that brings people into a bliss point. So the industrial foods in the world, they lead to lower dopamine in the brain. If you eat a fruit that is sweet and good quality, it raises the dopamine. It's called a happy food. It's a natural food. And if people imitate the natural food, they do it with what in nature never happens. With too much sugar, too much fat, too much salt. So by these things, people get a lower dopamine. How? The brain. When we get fever, the body gets a lower dopamine by the fever. So when we eat these industrial foods who make us addictive, that is because the food is bringing higher organ fat and higher belly fat, what we can grab with our hand. So these fats, organ fats and belly fats, they have little inflammation parts. So these inflammation parts, they also lower the dopamine. So actually the food is soft, easy to eat, and we have no resistance to it, we get addicted to it because it's a lazy food. The fruit is different. For the fruit, you need to work always. For the fruit, you need to go to shopping and searching, selecting for quality fruits, bringing it at home in heavy bags, heavy boxes. If you have your own garden, you need to climb in trees to harvest it. So fruit is never an easy food. And fruit gives you a higher dopamine because there is no fat storage at the organs or in the belly fat. So, for example, when people eat, there is done a test where 10 days a young boy was eating only McDonald's, Big Mac and chicken nuggets with a glass of Coca-Cola. The results were astonishing, were wow, because many good bacteria disappeared, and it took 2 years to replace these bacteria. 2 years. So how does the world work? Fast food chains, for example, in Belgium, they want to open in the coming years 250 new fast food restaurants. Imagine yourself when the streets are full of fast food restaurants how difficult it will be to get natural quality fruit, because that is the way the industrial food chains take over the world, how they take over Africa, how they take over Central America, how they take over South America, by speeding up the building of more fast food chains, so that there is no chance for the people to get healthy fruit, because they want you to be addictive. And if you are addictive, that will lead to disease and illness and to an early death. But these people, you can never blame them, because they will never be responsible for what they produce. Only the governments can change, but the governments will never change, because it's a chain of the health industry and the food industry. They give each other the hands. The food industry makes the people sick. The health industry gets work. And that is how people fool themselves. They get fatter and fatter and get way less dopamine and become more lazy and become more down, more slow. The fruit is the easiest to digest for the least amount of energy. And that's gonna give you a ton of energy. Kev Ramon said yesterday, he was doing heavy work for 8 hours, and he was just eating some lemons, 1 avocado, and 2 times melon. I've eaten grapes, organic grapes, with a whole lettuce now, and the energy is amazing, because I'm gonna walk, I'm gonna do tree hugging, I did yoga in the morning. So the fruit that gives you the most energy for the least amount of energy, digestive energy. So I hope you understand now that you need to eat what comes from nature and not what they imitate from nature, because that is bliss food. The bliss food lowers the dopamine.